If your Sleepme Dock Pro is leaking out of this reservoir when the system is not in use, you likely need to replace the check valve. Let's talk about what you'll need to get it done. You'll need a Sleepme drain key, a check valve, zip ties, a pair of cutters, a number 2 Phillips head screwdriver. If you have one, a long reach number 2 Phillips screwdriver. You'll also need a place to drain, such as a bucket, a sink, a tub, or somewhere outside. First thing we need to do is we're going to take this reservoir out and drain it. So all we're gonna do, lift this guy up, take it, unlock, get this water out of here. The next thing we need to use is our Chilipad drain key. And the reason we need this is because we need to get any water that's still remaining inside of the unit out. So I'm just gonna take this guy, insert it here, and then press in to allow any remaining water. You can see just a little bit of a dribble there. We're gonna hold it until this thing is just completely empty. That's it. Now that we've got the water out of the system, our next step is going to take the cover off. To do so, we have to remove the 8 screws along the perimeter of the unit. One item to note is that typically we want to keep this in the upright position to avoid getting any leftover water inside of the unit splashing onto electronics. Now that we've taken the screws out of the bottom of this device, we're ready to take the cover off. When we remove this cover, there's going to be a harness connecting this display to the main board. So as soon as you start lifting this up, you'll see that that is connected. Go ahead and reach in, grab that connector, remove it from the board, and then you can remove the cover. Just like that. The next thing we need to do is lift this reservoir out of here. To do so, we have to take out 3 screws. There's 2 right here in the front that are easily seen and accessible. There is one in the back that is a little bit more difficult to get to. That's where this long reach Phillips screwdriver can really come in handy, but you can still get to it with a regular one if you want. With the screws removed, now our next step is going to be to lift up on this reservoir. We're going to have to remove 2 zip ties, one here, and that's going to allow us to disconnect this hose from the check valve, which you see right here in the middle. Now we're going to get the hose disconnected since we have the zip ties out of here. So just grab on these 2 guys, pull that right out, and that's it. With the reservoir hose removed, we're now free to replace the check valve. When you replace the check valve, make sure that you're looking for the arrow indicating the direction of flow. The direction of flow should be away from the reservoir. Now, let's go ahead and replace the old and add in the new. Once that's in there, we're ready to get our own zip ties and secure back into place. Now we can add our reservoir hose back, add in our zip tie here, and cut the tails. All right, we have removed our reservoir, removed the check valve, replace these with 2 brand new zip ties. Now we're ready to re-secure our reservoir down. And it is, as expected, reverse of what you started. Our next step is just to put our cover back on our device. Make sure to get your harness and reattach back to the board. Next is screws. You did it. You got everything replaced in here. All that's left now, fill up your reservoir with water. I use distilled water to try to minimize any sediment that might collect. And get this guy right back into your Sleepme Dock Pro. You're done.